Hey everybody, it's me, Normal Corey, here in Seattle, Washington with my MPC Live 2 at Gasworks Park. And today, I just want to talk about my 10 favorite things about my MPC Live 2. Now, one thing I hear from a lot of musicians that are my friends is that, they don't have enough time to make music. They haven't been feeling inspired and they've just been feeling stuck. And how tedious the process can be in making music in the studio. Now, this is my first and favorite thing about my MPC Live 2 is that it has a lithium-ion battery and it is fully portable. I can make beats all day, every day. I carry it with me everywhere. If somebody's running late, I can just pull out my beat pad and start making a beat. Secondly, beautiful landscapes like this can really leave me feeling incredibly inspired. So my first and most favorite thing about this is the lithium-ion battery and the ability that it's just fully mobile and I can take it everywhere. Now, secondly, what I love about this MPC Live 2 is that it has a full speaker within it. And the speaker has surprisingly high quality. I've heard this from a lot of other musicians. And the great thing about that is that along with the battery, sometimes you don't want to have another battery or you don't want to have to bring headphones, because sometimes you just forget those things. And a great thing about the MPC Live 2 is that no matter what, I've got my beat pad here, and I'm just ready to go, ready to make music all the time. Also, as a producer, it's really great to have another speaker to play things off of. Now I have my studio monitors at home, I have my headphones, I have my computer monitors, and I'm just constantly running off of different speakers. So I love having this speaker and hearing how it sounds in comparison to other speakers. Thirdly, the great thing about this is that it plays well with others. It's got 2 MIDI outputs, 2 MIDI inputs. It's got USB, so I can plug it into my computer and use it as a controller. And I just really love that. It's got vocal input, so I can run audio into it with my microphone. And this right here acts as a great hub for a lot of your other devices. So I just love this thing because it acts as a really great hub for other music. I like to use I really like using my MPC Live 2 with my Octatrack. They play incredibly well together and it's just a great hub. So I love that. Fourth thing that I love about it is just how incredibly sturdy it is. Now, if you see my MPC, I'm using it every day and it's kind of like a basketball. I would have friends that had basketball and it was really worn out and you could tell that they were really playing with that basketball every single day. So I've got my MPC Live 2 out here every single day. And so there's a little bit of wear and tear on it, but this thing is like a tank and it's working really, really good and it's working heavy duty. So that's one thing I love about it is that it's built like a tank. It's really big and it just has a playability. So that plays into the fifth thing that I love about it, which is just those amazing MPC pads. Now, if you're a producer and you've ever used MPC, they're really known for their pads and there's just something really musical about that. And I really appreciate that playability of those MPC pads. I appreciate having that playability mixed with the mobility. So if you love playing and you love finger drumming, this MPC is for you. Since everything's standalone, those pads, there's no latency in there, and that's just absolutely incredible. Fifth thing that I love about the MPC Live 2 is the touchscreen. Now, the great thing about the MPC Live 2 as a groove box is that it's just basically like a computer in the box. And when I first started making music, I started making music as a producer with Fruity Loops. So I actually like using the computer, and I know a lot of hardware heads, they don't really like the computer, but I feel like the MPC Live 2 is the best of both worlds because I can play it live at a live show and I technically don't have a computer. Technically it is a computer. You can use it as a controller with your computer, but that touchscreen is really good. For some of that computer functionality, it's really easy to get in there and just use that touchscreen and just make the best of it. Now, the number 6 thing that I love about the MPC Live 2 is the sampler. Now, the sampler in the MPC Live 2 is just the best thing in the world. The MPC, has been around as long as there's been samplers around, the MPC has been around. The MPC has been in the sampler game from the beginning, and anything you can think of do with sampling, they've already done that. Someone's already done that, and they're constantly doing updates. So the sampler in the MPC is just absolutely amazing. I like playing VST synthesizers, and when I first started making electronic music, I wasn't really into sampling, but just by using an MPC, I realized the power of sampling. At the very least, if you want to play your own original music and sing, you can take your vocals and use the sampler of the MPC, which is incredibly powerful. Number 7, my favorite thing about the MPC Live 2 is the VST synthesizers. Now, per project, you're allotted 8 VST synthesizers. Now that's incredible. 8 VST synthesizers, that's more than enough for you to make a song. And that's the great thing about the MPC being like a computer in a box. 8 VST synthesizers, that's more than enough than what you would ever need. And these synthesizers, they sound really great. There are some that just come with the MPC when you purchase it. Some of them you gotta buy from Akai, but I really love the sounds, and you're also able to adjust them live, and I just think that they're incredibly amazing. Now, this is the reason why I bought the MPC Live 2, because I wasn't a sample-based musician. I actually like playing those synthesizers. There's also drum synthesizers in there. So even though the MPC is such an amazing sampler, it's actually really good with those VST synthesizers. Now, the number 8 thing that I love about the MPC Live 2 is the plugins. So you got those VST plugins like a computer, but you also got effects plugins. You have delay, you have lo-fi effects, you have reverbs, you got compressors, you got limiters, you got equalizers, you got everything that you would be doing if you were at home mixing in the computer. But I just feel really lucky and grateful that I can go out, and my biggest goal is to make music live. So it's amazing that while I'm out making music live, I'm able to process those things and do the things that I would do in the computer, but do it all live, which is really, really amazing. So the number 9 thing that I love about the MPC Live 2 is the QLinks and automation. Now there's 4 knobs that come with the MPC, and you can bank through them 4 times. But this is really great because you can take those effects, you have different modes of the QLinks that can just work with, say, your sampler, or they can work with those VST plugins that you're using. And I think that that's really great, and it just gives you that hands-on feel. Something that I'm working on right now is trying to create a template, like basically a live performance effects template for my next show that's going on at the Mosswood up in Capitol Hill. Synthiac Presents is putting it on up at the Mosswood at July 19th. And I'm just trying to make a performance template for that show. And once I make that, I want to try to share that with the universe and share that with people. So I really do love the QLinks and the automation in there. It's really, really beautiful. And it's just one of the best things about making modern music. And the MPC is fully capable at that. And I just absolutely love that I can do that. So the number 10 thing that I love about my MPC Live 2 is that it's really great for making full songs and also doing live performances. So you basically make beats and you have sequences, but what you can do is you can take those sequences and you can translate it into song mode, or you can basically take those sequences and you can do track mutes live. You can also, they have a new, in the 3.0 version, they have arranger mode, so you can go in the arranger and you can basically mix your songs in the arranger live, which is much more similar to what you would do on a traditional DAW. And that's something that they've just started and they're working on, and I know they'll have more updates, and that's something I'm trying to wrap my brain about. So in the future, I want to make videos about song mode, about the arranger, about doing track mutes, and ideally you can kind of do a combination of all of those things. You can also do something which basically you take all of your synthesizers and everything, you convert them to samples, and you have a different sequence for every song, and you can play different songs that way. And you can get a full set of 16 songs in one project and play them all live and do those effects templates. Now the show that I got coming up, that's the way I think I want to set it up. In the past, I've done it where I basically do each project in the MPC and I run it into my Octatrack, and then basically have the Octatrack as the master, but I'm gonna try it this way just to see what happens. And the cool thing is that this is a pretty modern, pretty capable device. It's not perfect, so you gotta experiment with different things and try different things. And in the end, you can do a lot of great stuff with that. But the MPC Live 2, it's a really great device. And if you're a modern music maker, you're wanting to make music every day, you're wanting to come out here in the wild and make music, I think the MPC Live 2 would be a great option for you. And if you have any questions, if you have an MPC, any of the MPC software, and you're struggling and you're wondering about it, you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on here trying to make as many videos as I can, trying to get my process faster at making videos, making music every day. So yeah, thank y'all so much for checking me out. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Gonna keep more videos coming out soon. Thank y'all so much.